likely you just got engaged, or you're maybe waiting on Mr. or Mrs. Right, and you're considering a destination wedding or a traditional wedding. I constantly get questions about how I planned my destination wedding, and if I enjoyed it, was it difficult? And I am here to say that my destination wedding was the best decision I've ever made to date. So in this video, I'm going to give you some simple, stress-free tips on how you can do a cost-efficient destination wedding. Okay, so first step, you and your mate have to decide what type of people you guys are. Me and Deron, we were on two opposite ends of the spectrum. He wanted to do a traditional wedding. I wanted to do a destination wedding. And he is the type of person where he loves to be in the limelight. He wanted this huge party, wanted to invite everybody and their mama, wanted to reach back and invite his second grade teachers and old college buddies that he hadn't seen in a while. Me, on the other end, I just really wanted to invite our close, intimate friends, the people that have been rocking with us, you know, since day one. And I wanted our wedding to be an experience and not just another event that our guests were gonna come to. So you guys have to decide, what do you want your wedding to be? Because you don't want to base your decision off of, well, how many people can we get to come? The people that want to be at your wedding will be at your wedding no matter where you plan it. So don't base your decision around people. You have to base your decision around you and your mate. Otherwise, you're going to regret it for the rest of your life. Okay, so once you're on the same page and your team destination wedding, now you have to pick when and where. I would say a good rule of thumb for a destination wedding, you want to plan out from 12 to 10 months. 12 to 10 months is a good amount of time to announce to your guests that you're going to do a destination wedding. That should give them enough time to, you know, get their coins together and to figure out, you know, who's going to be in attendance of this wedding. Once you have your time frame down, you want to pick the location. If you want to do a destination that's somewhere out of the country and you want to do like maybe an island, my advice would be to pick a cost-efficient island. Pick an island that, you know, they're constantly doing deals throughout the year, like Jamaica. You can always find great deals for Jamaica, Mexico. Try not to pick an island that's so exclusive or maybe even considered like a luxury island. I don't regret a single thing about my wedding. However, one thing that always did kind of hurt me in the back of my head was we chose such an expensive island and we were not aware. We did ours in Nassau, and since Nassau is the capital of the Bahamas, they did not really do any deals throughout the years. So I felt really bad like throughout the whole thing for picking such an expensive island, because a lot of times people would see like coupons or deals for the Bahamas, but it wasn't for Nassau. So try to pick an island that is not as expensive or hard to get to. Once you pick that location, then you want to choose your resort or hotel. Always check to see if the resort is offering some type of wedding deal. A lot of resorts will give you a free basic wedding package if you choose to stay there X amount of days. So keep in mind that that is going to be a basic package, but that may be okay. So it includes maybe like 8 guests for free, and who knows, maybe you're just considering having 6, and so that works perfectly for you. We ended up having around 45 people at our wedding, so of course we got the basic for free and then we added on from there, but it still came out a lot cheaper than doing the traditional wedding. So now that you have your resort and hotel, now you want to research your travel accommodations for your guests. Look at the options and the rates for your guests so that it's not too overwhelming for them to do it themselves. I always say provide limited options. Based on where your wedding is located, find the nearest hotels if your guests aren't going to stay at that area, or you may not want them to stay on the wedding site. try to find the nearest hotels that they can stay at and just give them those two options. You don't really want to just leave it to your guests to try to find their own accommodations, because one, it can get really stressful for them. Two, they may end up staying across the island, being an hour away from your wedding and causing a huge headache. And so since they're going through the trouble of, you know, coming to your wedding, which is great, you want to try to make things as simple as possible for them. Throughout the planning process of your wedding, always give passport reminders. Send out blast emails about passport. That way you can make sure your guests are on board and have their passport ready. Now, the thing that is going to save you the biggest headache throughout this process: appoint a travel agent for your guests. Find a travel agent that you can provide to your guests. Let this travel agent know where your wedding is going to be located, and just give them a heads up that you're going to send people their way to plan a trip to attend your wedding. That way, your travel agent will be the appointed person regarding any travel details. I'm telling you, you do not want your phone blowing up. Now, how far is the Ria Hotel to the wedding? Do they got taxis? Now, do I need to take a bus, or is there going to be a man there on a horse to come pick us up? Make sure your guests direct all of their travel questions to the travel agent. You do not want these problems. I'm telling you, it's going to save you so much time and energy, and your travel agent is going to be like your helper throughout this whole process. If they got questions about sleeping arrangements, how many beds, wanting to change things, naturally, it's, you know, the guests are going to come to you, but have them to go to your travel agent or whoever they arrange their travel plans with before coming to you. Okay, so now for the other big stressful part: planning your wedding. When it comes to planning your wedding, ladies, you do absolutely nothing. That's right, you do nothing. You just sit there and wait on the wedding date. You're gonna be assigned a coordinator if you're choosing to go with a resort. You're gonna be assigned a wedding coordinator, and they're gonna call you closer to the wedding. You're not gonna get a call right away, but closer to the wedding, you're gonna do video conferences or phone conferences, just going over the details. You give them the vision that you want, and they pretty much let you know what they have, and you just leave it at that. The scariest part of the whole thing is the fact that you have no idea what this stuff looks like in person. Only your coordinator knows. So assuming you have a good coordinator, you know, their name is on this, the hotel or the resort name is on this, so they're not gonna want you to look bad. They're gonna let you know, if things look right, if that's gonna go, this is their job. They're a wedding coordinator. So that is the thing that you just kind of have to leave it to God and trust that everything is gonna work out. But you do give them your vision, all of those things that you wanted, those colors that you wanted when you were a little girl. You get a chance to express that. And yes, for Miss Picture Perfect, the girl who cannot take her hands out of things, yes, you can bring your own decor. I brought a lot of my own stuff that I ordered off of Etsy. Some little things that I wanted placed on the table, or like little fans I wanted my guests to have as far as like favors and fanning themselves during the ceremony. Keep in mind that whatever you are taking, you do have to pay for that on the plane. But it is a way that you can still bring your touch. As far as outside things, you have to talk to your resort as far as what they will allow. Some of them will go and bring them to you, like outsource the company. Like if you want a photo booth or a cigar roller, they may not actually have that on the resort, but they can bring that if you let them know, but you can't bring it. Bridal party. These are the people, that have to be at your wedding. They don't have to, but they definitely want to try to be there for you if they agreed. And so you want to try to keep their expenses to participate in your wedding at a minimum as much as possible. Ladies, for bridesmaids dresses, try to go retail. Bridal shops for bridesmaids dresses, can get really expensive. We're talking $150 and up. And then you add that on top of travel. yeah, you may want to try considering retail. Retail would be a lot more cost efficient. And then if you do retail, you know, you don't have to worry about sizing and alterations. Since you're planning something that's so far out, you're gonna have some size changing maybe. People may gain weight, people may lose weight. So in that case, if you do retail, you can just simply return it to the store for another size and you don't have to worry about the expense of alteration. And then if you're doing the beach theme, have your girls go barefoot. You just cut another expense right there. Men, same thing with you. If you're doing the beach theme, you know, you can just do slacks and a nice button down. And if you're in the sand, 86 the shoes. That's gonna be a great way for you men to cut costs as well. Now let's fast forward to a couple of days before the wedding and you're getting ready to go. Everyone has their passport. How do you get your wedding dress to the destination? Well, carry on. Ladies, carry your dress as a carry-on. You do not want to leave it to the plane staff that your dress is going to show up. If anything, at least you can show up to the destination knowing that you have your wedding dress. I know for my airline, the flight attendants even offered to hang my dress up at the front so that I wouldn't have to like stuff it in the bin, but I did not want my dress to leave my sight. So I said, no, I have it. I'm just gonna sit it right above me. But people are there to help you. So have your wedding dress as a carry-on, please. And that's it. I promise y'all, it's not as hard as it seems. The thought of it is more overwhelming than the planning. That's for sure. Well, I hope this video was helpful for you guys, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment below if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
I hear you breathe, but I can't see if you're right here next to me. Something's wrong, wasn't it fun? Is it now we're